Why can't you see? No hope in what's left of me. I had to tell you before I fall asleep. Sitting there on the edge, baby.
Well, we're back home from Arizona, and that was a super fun trip. Much needed time away from all the responsibilities on the homestead and all the projects that we have going on. But Joe and I feel recharged and refreshed and ready to jump back into the swing of things here on the homestead. We came back to a bunch of rain. It literally rained the entire week that we were in Arizona. So everything is a soggy, wet mess out here. But it is nice to be back in the fresh Alaskan air. Fall is upon us, guys, and I have to say I'm feeling all the fall vibey feels. I am. The leaves are all yellow, they're falling on the ground, everything is just changing super fast. It wasn't like this in Arizona, it was just straight desert, and then we came back and everything went from green to yellow and orange and burgundy, and this is probably one of my favorite seasons, especially here in Alaska, because of all the beautiful colors. But today Joe and I are continuing work on the barn build. You know, we've got just a couple months until the snow starts to hit the ground, and we really, if we can, would like to get at least one of the sides of the barn done so the livestock can stay inside the new barn this winter. So all of Joe's cement footers that he put in with Kellen before we went on our break to Arizona are all set and dried and ready to go. So he's just adding the brackets on there now so that we can take these strings off of here, and this side will be ready for framing whenever we can get to it. But the cement footers, we really wanted to get those set before the ground froze, and we got that done, so I'm really happy about that. Gunner, did you miss me in Arizona? Oh, okay, don't ever put your tongue in my mouth again. We don't do that, okay? I love you, but we don't do that. The dogs had fun. They go to a kennel. A lot of you asked what we do with the dogs when we go out of town, and we have an awesome, like, you know, it's called like a doggy retreat, doggy daycare, whatever you want to call it, but it's really nice. It's one of the nicest ones that we found in our area, and Gunner and Bradley love it. They have doggy friends there, and they play with them, and the people there send us updates and pictures every day that we're gone, which is really nice to see how the dogs are doing, but they did really good. But I think they're happy we're home, huh? Okay. Yes, Gunner. Bradley is too, hubby. Yeah. Did you have fun with your doggy friends? Did you have fun? He's like, I just want my bone. That's all I care about. Well, I am happy to report that we have fixed the slug problem for the cabbage. You guys had so many awesome suggestions in the comment section. Most of your comments were telling us to put down little pans of beer, which I'm gonna have to try that sometime. We didn't try it just because the little pellets that we bought from Lowe's, they worked, and the cabbage have been doing great ever since. But thankfully, you can see how big these are. These are the older leaves that the cabbage, that the slugs had eaten before we rectified that issue. But the cabbage are doing good. Look at that big old cabbage head. So I'm excited. We might get a good little harvest this year after all, now that we've got the slug problem under control. And the potatoes are doing really well. They're starting to kind of slump over and get the yellowing in the leaves and things like that. It'll be no time before it is time to harvest all of these potatoes. And I don't even remember how many we had. I think we had like 50 to 60 potato plants in here. it's going to be a lot of potatoes, but I'm really happy because I love to can them. It just makes dinners so much easier throughout the year. So we shared with you guys previously that these roof rafters here are 15.5 inches or 15.5 feet long, close to 16 feet long. So Joe's decided, since they're so long, that he wants to put in some center support beams. So that's what we're going to be working on today, just to give some added support for snow load and things like that. We're going to put in, the goal is to get 3 of them in today. We have to put in 5 total, but we still need to put the end 2x6s on the side of the barn. There's one here and then one at the very end that we still have to add in. So we're not going to get to the end poles, but we're going to try to get the 3 center ones done today.
Go down a little bit.
On to the next one, but I'm thinking about dinner and what we're gonna do for dinner. I think I'm gonna do like a yummy fall vibey soup. I've shared this with you guys many times. It's one of our favorites. We eat it usually in the fall season, but it's like a sausage sauerkraut soup with potatoes and carrots, and it is so good, and it's even better the next day. It's one of those soups when it, you know, sits in the fridge and marinates a little bit, it's even better, and the whole family loves it. So I think that's what we'll do tonight. That sounds pretty good.
People knew her by her will, to make it whatever she put her mind to. Late night hours up the hill, serving coffee to strangers, talking about revenue. She kept dreaming of a world big enough for everyone, but she knew it must rain before it grows. She kept dreaming of the day butterflies survived the wheel, even though she got knocked down and never showed. Dear Lily, where'd you go? Where's your heart at? Why'd you fall back? Lately your afterglow is shining brighter, waking up an easy egg. so she could knock down and never showed. Dear Lily, where'd you go? Where's your heart at? Why'd you fall back? Lately your afterglow is shining brighter, waking up an uneasy head. Lily, where did you go? Where's your heart at? Why did you fall back? Lately your afterglow is shining brighter.
Miles, they're stretching out on my path, and moments are quicker than last. Time goes.
Yeah, so this title of this lesson is The Heart Murmur. You can read it.
Have you ever heard of a heart murmur? It's in
I trust and know you'll make a way. You'll make a way. You'll make a way. You'll make a way. Come, kingdom of God, true and kind. The boldness of our sacrifice, your heart show. Love, standing by each other's side, and turning away from pride. We know we're letting go. You'll make a way. You'll make a way. You'll make a way. Oh, you'll make a way. Every night and day, I'll watch away. Oh, 'cause I believe. Oh, you'll make a way. Oh, I won't fear. I'll stand in you. Trust your power and see you move. You have won
Well, we are back in the swing of things. It's officially the first week of school for the Watson family, and I'm really excited. You know, the summer break is much needed. After being disciplined for 9 months and being on this routine and being knee deep in the books with the boys, it's always nice to have like just the freedom of summer, because all bets are off in the summer for our family. Like, we're super flexible for our summer routine. Not really much of a routine in the summer at all, actually. Some of you have been asking me what our curriculum for our homeschool choices are for this school year, 2025-2026. And so I will just go over super quick what we're doing this year. Some of it is what we've done in years past, but we did switch some things up. You guys know I was really struggling with Parker. The last couple of years with math, we were using Christian Light education. And while Christian Light has been awesome, it has just gotten to a point where I think Parker needed a little bit more time on each concept before going on to the next one. And that curriculum doesn't really allow for that. Every day in Christian Light education, you're getting a new concept that is taught to the student. And, you know, that's how math is anyway. It just compiles, everything compiles on top of each other. And if you miss a concept along the way, or you don't really fully get it, that's going to hurt you later on. That's just how math is. So this year we decided to switch over to Math UC. I got a lot of recommendations from you guys over on Instagram. I did a story almost a year ago when Parker and I were really struggling on Instagram, and you guys were giving me all these recommendations and suggestions for curriculum. And I did a lot of research over the summer and landed on Math UC. And basically what it is every day they get a 10-minute instructional video. And that concept that's taught, let's say for lesson 1, is the concept that they're going to use the entire week for their schoolwork. So instead of learning a new concept every single day, they basically get a new concept taught to them at the beginning of the week. And then each day that they do their lesson, that is what they're practicing and working on so that they can really master that concept before going on to another one. And I just freaking love it. And so far the boys do too. It comes with a box of manipulatives where they have their little blocks so they can really understand all the things, you know, place value, multiplication, all that stuff. And so far so good with Math UC. And then for language arts and science this year, we are sticking with Christian Light education. I normally do the good and the beautiful for science. I use their science units, but I really liked the science that they had this year. I have the boys both like in the same grade for science. And basically it's just like all of creation, plants, animals, space, electricity, like all the things, but it does have a Christian background and foundation to it, which I really enjoy. We try to always keep a Christian foundation in our homeschool. So Christian Light education we're using for language arts and science. And then for history this year, we are using the good and the beautiful. We used them last year as well. So, and Bible, I shared with you guys on a previous video during the summer, we have now switched over to a company called Not Consumed for Bible, and I love it. We all love it. Even Kellen this morning after Bible was like, I love Bible. And I think it's just designed to like get the whole family together around the table. The parents have their own lesson book and then the kids have their lesson books, but they all correlate together on the same topic. And so for our Bible curriculum right now, we are working on matters of the heart, which I've shared with you guys with these little preteens. That is super important. You know, just understanding matters of the heart and protecting our hearts, guarding our hearts, and renewing our minds daily with things that are good. So it's been awesome. You know, we all read, we all have our Bible. It's really teaching the boys how to get in the Bible, which is something I really like, because a lot of Bible curriculums, it's almost like a Bible storybook lesson book. And so they're not even in the actual Bible, which is fine. But I also want to equip them to be able to open that Bible up and know how to find the chapters and the verses that are going to apply to their lives. I think that our Bible is our guidebook, our life guidebook that God left us with. And I think that they need to be able to be very versatile in using the Word of God. So I love that. We all have our own Bibles, and I just love seeing it. You know, Kellen, in the beginning, obviously, he just struggled with finding chapters and verses, and now he's just flipping right to things and really understanding the big number is the chapter, the little numbers are the verses, and it's just really neat to see the progression, and it's fun to do that together as a family. So that's what we're doing this year for our homeschool curriculum. All right, guys, I kind of did a thing that I wanted to share with you. Yeah, you guys know that I am gluten intolerant. We've had many talks about that here on my channel, probably caused by my Lyme disease and the inflammation of my stomach the several years that I was battling that active infection. I created a gluten-free sourdough starter. I am still in the process of bringing this bad boy to life, and we are on, I think I'm on day 5. And so you basically just continue to feed it flour and water, and it becomes strong. It's alive, right? It's alive. It has cultures and bacteria. It's basically fermented to be a natural culture for your bread making. So this is gluten-free though. And what I'm using is brown rice flour. There's lots of different non-wheat, gluten-free flours that you can use for a sourdough starter. And so if this is successful and I can maybe make a really yummy loaf of gluten-free sourdough bread, I will be sure to share that with you guys. Is summer really gone though? It's really gone. Hey, I was grateful we had a super sunny day yesterday for our first day of school. And, you know, couldn't ask for anything better than that. It was amazing. But today is really gloomy and a little breezy. I was going to show you guys Frankie's new pen. It's actually on the other side of the house. So I'll tell you the main reason that we decided to move Frankie. Because it is technically breeding season, Frankie wants the ladies, you know what I'm saying? And these bucks give off a pheromone, and I've talked to you guys about this before, and it is horrifying, the smell. It is disgusting. Well, when you look at the property, okay, so you guys, the house, this is the other side of the house. You don't normally see this side on much of our videos, but this side over here is where all the girls' pasture is. Frankie used to be kept on that side. The wind on this property, it just naturally blows this way all the time. Whenever it's windy, it's always blowing this way. So it's taking his disgusting smell, his pheromones, directly over to the girls' pasture. The problem with that is that those pheromones can actually taint the flavor of the goat milk. Since the barn is not done yet and I don't have a proper stall to separate baby from mama at night so I can milk in the morning and all the things, it's just drama right now, guys. Like, we moved in here and this wasn't a homestead before we bought it, and so we've been trying to build up all the infrastructure, the pasture fencing, the barn, all the things we need for our animals. And I think until we have a proper setup with the barn next year, I think I'm actually not going to milk the rest of this season. It's okay sometimes to take things off your plate. And I think, you know, can I just be real with you guys for a second? I think as homesteaders, backyard farmers, whatever you want to call it, especially YouTubers that are in the homesteading niche, there is this feeling that you have to do it all. You have to raise livestock, you have to milk an animal, you have to have this ginormous garden every year, you have to can and prep and prepare your own food, you have to get your own meat. Like, it's self-sufficiency goes along with homesteading, yes, but we also have to be realistic, and the seasons of our life change every day. And so, you know, this year we didn't have a big garden because we didn't have enough time when we moved in here to build the garden beds we wanted and really prepare a proper space. We've got some stuff, right? We planted our carrots and our potatoes, and we've got some tomatoes and things like that, but it's like learning to be okay with not having everything that you think that you should have as a homesteader, and not comparing yourself to other people. You guys, comparison is death. I'm not kidding you. And we are all guilty of it. We look at Instagram, we look at YouTube, we look at our neighbor next door, and we compare ourselves, and we can always fall short. Always. There's somewhere in our lives where we can fall short when we look at somebody else. And I'm just not going to do that to myself. I want to enjoy the fall season with the boys and school. I really want to enjoy finishing this barn build with Joe. And so setting milking of Bella aside until next season, I'm 100% okay with that. We have a lot of farms around here that do milk shares. I can get fresh raw milk from them, or I can buy good organic milk from the grocery store until next milking season. But you know, just a word of advice from Tina, a little Tina wisdom is just like, don't be afraid to set things down and tell yourself it's okay to do that, and don't compare yourself to others, because that never works out well. So here's Frankie's new pen. It's up here at the front of the property next to the woodshed. And this is their current little shelter they have, and it's got a little hay feeder attached to the side of it that Joe built. This is just temporary. This is not going to be his shelter for winter. We're going to build something a little bit bigger, and it's going to have a front side to it with a little door, kind of like a doggy door that they can go in the wintertime, because him and little Tanner are going to be besties for the rest of their lives. Huh, Frankie? Do you like your new pen? Joe's got it all set up with electric. What'd you think, buddy? It's huge, right? Look at this guy. Can you guys believe that Frankie is a mini Alpine? A mini. Can you imagine what a full-size Alpine looks like? I mean, he's bigger than our dogs. But he is a beautiful buck for sure. But he sure does stink. Tanner was Bella's baby. One of Bella's triplets. So Tanner lucked out because he was supposed to go in the freezer with the lambs come November. But we decided that especially since we're moving Frankie to the other side of the yard, we wanted him to have a companion. So he gets to just be Frankie's friend. That's Tanner's purpose. Frankie is a super sweet buck though. I have no complaints with him. Joe's been hard at work this morning starting the metal poles for the fencing. I mentioned to you guys when we first started the barn build that we do want to put up actual really pretty wood railing for fencing, at least where the barn sets. Once the fence goes into the tree line, then we might just do metal fence posts. I'm not really sure yet. But once the snow falls, the sheep and the goats, they pretty much make their little game trails, and they stay within those game trails all winter long. The snow gets super high. They don't really go out and forage. There's nothing to forage, right? It's snow and frozen. So they have these little game trails that they use in the wintertime. So as far as a winter pen, it doesn't need to be very big at all. The most important thing is going to be for us to get this side of the barn done and fully enclosed for them. We did order our metal roofing panels. Those are supposed to actually come in this week. So I'm excited. As soon as we get the roof on this bad boy, get the sides on, and get the pasture fencing up, we can officially move them in here for the winter season. Okay, Joe requested that I go in and make him coffee because it's now raining. And we just looked at the weather. It just keeps changing. It wasn't supposed to rain today. It was supposed to be gloomy, but it's raining for like the rest of the day. It says up until like 9 p.m. I don't normally mind it, but when you've been in Arizona for a week in the full sunshine and then you come back to this kind of weather, it's a little depressing. Plus we got work to do. We got stuff to do. I'd rather work in -20 in the snow than the rain. I can't stand the rain. Plus the rain makes it really difficult with camera equipment.
Babe, why can't you see? No hope in what's left of me. I had to tell you before I fall asleep. Sitting there on the edge, babe, not knowing which way to lean. I am the wreckage in need of glue. Smash my guitar and stay in tune. Tired of the lies, they're old like me. Tripping all over you, babe. Tripping all over me. Tripping all over you, babe. Tripping all over me. Tripping all over you. Tripping all over me, yeah. it all to me, babe, and I give it all to you.
See this one? Had a big old crack somewhere right there.
So we decided to bring the boys up to our second property here in Alaska. We call it our cabin castle. We've got a few maintenance things here on the property that we're going to work on today. We're very excited. You guys know we're gearing up and getting ready to turn this cabin into an Airbnb, and so we're slowly but surely getting everything ready to get it listed on the market to be rented out by people that want to come to Alaska, or even people that are here in Alaska and want to come up to the Talkeetna area and experience off-grid life in our beautiful cabin. So we have 3 goals today here on the property. We'll see if we get them all done. One is getting our Starlink put up. We got another Starlink for this property because we do have cameras on the property that we like to have up for obvious reasons, to be able to observe things when we're not here and to keep an eye on things. And also Joe has the generator shed here with our 2 backup diesel generators because this property is off-grid with a solar system, but we like to keep an eye on the temperature inside the generator shed throughout the winter, and winter is upon us, guys. Just a couple of months we're going to be hitting snow and getting those really cold temperatures. So we're not too far from this cabin, but we're far enough away that we like to be able to virtually just go in and check on things like cameras and temperatures and things like that when we're not physically here at the property. So hopefully we'll get that Starlink put up today. The other thing we wanted to do was get the heater inside the cabin fixed. Joe said that all right, I just yelled over to Joe. It is the heat chamber assembly for our heater in the cabin. It had a big crack in it, and that's what we're doing today. Joe has got that new assembly put on there, so that should all be rectified. And then the last thing that I'm hoping we get to today is we are going to be digging the holes to install 2 big fence posts. I think they're 6 by 6 on each side of the driveway because we are going to be putting up a gate with security at the front entrance of the property. We have had issues with trespassers. You know, that's just how it is when your house is listed for sale. People think that that means that they can just help themselves to your property, even though the listing clearly states showings are by appointment only. Do not trespass. People just, it's the world we're living in, guys. People just do what they want. But we have cameras, and we've actually talked to people on the camera while they're here, and we're like, hi, what are you doing? And they're like, oh, we saw it was for sale. And it's like, yes, our agent's info is at the driveway. Please contact her to set up a showing. And they're like, well, we didn't know we weren't allowed. Mind you, there's like multiple no trespassing signs posted right at the driveway. Like, you cannot miss the signs, but that's okay. So my hope with the gate is just to kind of help eliminate some of the easy access to the property because people just drive right in and turn around and they're looky-loos and they drive out. And for us, this is our property. This is our second home, and I don't like people here that I don't know are here or that don't have permission to be here. And I think having a gate across that driveway that's way down at the end of this long driveway will help eliminate a lot of that. I just wanted to take a second to say something. And I actually debated not even doing the video today because I don't feel like I'm in the right headspace to do it. And then, I get the people that are like, well, then you shouldn't have done it. Like, just don't record that day. Don't tell me what to do. Thank you. It's my channel. So I'm going to go ahead and speak on this because I think that it deserves for me to speak to, and I think that it's important. Emotionally, I don't feel myself today. I don't feel 100%. And by the time this video goes up in a few days, this will already be well known to all of you. Charlie Kirk died today. I found out right before we got on the road to come up here to the cabin today that Charlie Kirk was shot at an event that he was speaking at in Utah. And for those that don't know, Charlie Kirk is a conservative activist, Christian father, husband, a wonderful man with a huge influence and a huge platform that has made a major impact on a lot of people's lives. And he was shot in the neck by a deranged psychopath, is my opinion. And we prayed all the way up here as we drove to the cabin that God would save him, that God would have mercy on him. And, you know, we struggle so much, guys, with grief and loss and thoughts. And so many of you reach out to me when loved ones pass. And, you know, we just wrestle with this thing of like, why did God allow this? Why would God take him so soon? He was only 31 years old. He was so young and had so much life left to live. And we just have to remember that God is sovereign and God is all-knowing, and God has a reason for everything that he does, even though it doesn't always make sense to us at the time. And I struggle with like, God, why? Like, he was needed here. He had so much work left still to do. And he was a voice of courage and bravery and honor and integrity. And that is something that we are really lacking in the culture today, is good, strong men that are not afraid to stand up for what they believe in. And that was Charlie Kirk. And you can't unsee certain things. And when I saw that video of what happened to Charlie, Lexi called me and we just cried on the phone together. And I knew that he most likely was not going to survive that. That was a very gruesome wound to the neck, and he lost a lot of blood within seconds. So I'm sad today, friends, is what I'm saying. And so if I seem a little off and I'm not my normal spunky, funny Tina self, that is why. This just happened on the way up here, but I didn't want to not finish out this video this week, and we had planned to bring you guys here with us to the cabin today. I'm just super sad, and the last couple days I've been just emotionally heavy, because I also viewed the footage of the Ukrainian refugee that was stabbed to death by a psychopath. That was a career criminal that should have never been walking the streets. And in fact, shouldn't have never been on that train, because he didn't even have a ticket to be on the train. And he was deranged. And I watched that video, and I guess all I kept thinking about was she was 23. Like, she was Lexi's age. Our daughter Lexi is 23. And obviously it was a senseless act. She had no idea. She just got off work. He was sitting behind her on the train. She had no idea what was even coming. She had her AirPods in. She was scrolling on her phone. And the footage was just devastating. She was just absolutely shocked and didn't know what happened. But what made it even worse, guys, was everybody around her on the train stood by and watched what happened and did nothing to help protect her and did nothing to help save her. I do believe 90 seconds after the attack, someone from the front of the train, is my understanding, went to try to render aid to her, but it was too late. And so she had fell out of her seat and died on the floor of that train by herself. Not one of those people that were sitting there watching her bleed out got up to console her, got up to apply pressure, got up to pray with her. And I'm absolutely mortified and disgusted with human society. And I'm sorry. I do not subscribe to the people that bury their head in the sand and they're like, oh, but you can't live your life in fear. And you can't think everybody's bad. Not everybody's bad. People are good. No, wrong. The Bible tells us people are sinners from the day they're born, and people are inherently bad. And so I'm sorry, call me a pessimist, but I do not trust until I'm given a reason to trust somebody. And unfortunately, that's just the world that we're living in today. That is the reality of life, not just in our country, but in the world. People have no regard for human life, no compassion, no courage. They're just so scared of everything. And it's sickening to me. And I just really believe that these same people that stand by and watch it and do nothing, or that take out their phones to record it, to post it to their social media, they should be charged with something too, because they stood by and did nothing. It's horrible. So that happened to her. And now today, Charlie Kirk was shot in the neck and killed. Guys, he had a wife, Erica, with 2 beautiful babies. that will grow up without a father now, and I'm devastated for her. You guys know here on my channel, I share so much stuff, and I get flack all the time from people that are like, I come here for the homesteading. I come here for the build work. I don't come here to listen to you talk. I don't come here to watch you try on your dresses for Arizona. All the things, right? I don't come here to watch you school your children. Then don't come here. Because my channel has always been, if you go back from the beginning, it's just life. It's everything life. And you know what? There's a little bit more to life than growing tomatoes and milking goats, okay? That's just the truth. I mean, I shared our whole journey with you guys when they were trying to kick Joe out for refusing the COVID vaccine. They were trying to take away his military pension a year out from retirement. Like, I shared that whole journey. And by the grace of God, he brought us through. Joe got his retirement and stayed a true blood. So I took you guys with us, and I just share everything with you here on our channel. And I just don't take kindly to people that try to come here and tell me what to do. I don't really care what you think. If you don't like what I share, if you don't like my content, if you don't like what I'm talking about on political topics or things that are important to me or that are on my heart to talk about, then just don't come here. It's that simple. Because life affects all of us. Politics, cultural events, things like this affect all of us. And I will continue to speak on that so long as I have this platform. I will talk about whatever I want to talk about, and that's my prerogative to do so. You can start a channel and talk about whatever you want to talk about, but you don't get to come here and tell me what to do. And I'm sure, because I chose to just bring up Charlie Kirk's murder because he is a conservative Christian. And there are so many people that oppose that, obviously, hence his death. I will get comments of people that are like, you should keep politics off your channel. Don't tell me what to do. That's what I say to that. I've said it from the beginning of time. If I have 10,000 subscribers or 1 million subscribers on this channel, it makes no difference to me. I'm here to share my life in Alaska with my family. Take it or leave it. I'm not here for the acceptance of you and to make you happy and to change who I am to make you happy. I will never cower away from speaking about something that's important to me because I'm scared of what people might think. And y'all that know me, you know that that's true. So I just am devastated about Charlie. That's all, guys. I just wanted to speak on that. I don't care who you are. I don't care what side of the fence you're on. I don't care what color you are. I don't care about any of that. If you hate somebody, or you have differing views than their views and you don't like what they stand for, you have no right to kill them. You don't have a right to attempt to kill them. And that's the world we're living in. We cannot even have a difference of opinions anymore. And I can honestly tell you, I am very outspoken on my beliefs. I always have been. But if there's somebody that has a differing belief than me in any topic, I would never, ever wish harm on you or anybody that thinks differently than me, because I have something called compassion and regard for human life. We are all humans. We are all children of God. And it's just mind-boggling that someone could hate someone so much that they would take their life like they did Charlie Kirk today. So, super sad, guys. Absolutely devastating. But we will pray for his family, and I think that we should let Charlie be an example to all of us, that we should stand up and continue to stand up for what we believe in and say what is on our hearts and speak truth and not be afraid, because this is what they do. They want to silence you and make you so afraid that you'll shut up and sit down and not stand up for what you believe in. And that's what happened today with Charlie Kirk. It was the ultimate threat. Keep doing what you're doing and I'm going to end you. And that's exactly what this person did. Sad that it was the conclusion that it was. Prayed for God's mercy. But I also know that God has a reason for everything. And we'll just keep Charlie and his family in our prayers. So for all of you that feel the same as me, and I know you do, I've gotten a lot of messages on my post that I posted today on YouTube. Hold your babies close, hold your spouse close, hold the ones you love the most close, because I'm pretty sure Erica didn't think that that was the last time she was going to see Charlie. And I'm pretty sure when Charlie woke up today to get ready for that event, he didn't know that it was going to be his last day on this earth. So tomorrow's not promised to us, and I just wanted to touch on that. So we're gonna run to a little hardware store that's up here. Joe needs me to get some more of this fuel line. It's for a Toyo heater. He's about 4 inches short of what he needs, so hopefully the hardware store has some more of this. If not, we won't be able to get this heater fixed today, but we're gonna run in there and see if they got it.
Ever since you came into my life, it felt so good, it felt so right. You bring the sun on cloudy days, all the birds sing your praise. It's your face, your laugh, the way you hear music and the way you dance, but it's your soul that sings to me. I'm here to hold your heart, it's the sweetest gift that I will not drop, and I promise to always stay true. Yeah, I love you so.
All right, I think we successfully got the right fuel line. We'll see. Joe's gonna put it on now.
Until we can get some stuff. We'll see.
All right, guys, so I wanted to show you what Joe and I bought so far for the Airbnb, and this is really kind of fun for Joe and I. We're taking this, you know, big old elephant one bite at a time, as the saying goes, because, you know, we got to furnish this whole cabin for renters to be able to stay here, and we've got to accommodate for all the things. So we need all the furnishings, couches, end tables, TVs, beds, nightstands, kitchen table, cookware, linens, some toiletries, just all the things. And for me personally, I know from staying at Airbnbs, like the one we just stayed in Arizona, which was beautiful, there are things lacking. And so I tried to pick up on that and really take mental notes when we were at the Airbnb in Arizona, things that they didn't have. And for me, when someone's traveling, especially if they've traveled from far away to come and stay here at our house, I don't want them to feel like they have to go to the store to buy things, like the basic necessities. You know, obviously if they want to cook here, they can go buy groceries and stuff, but things as far as like paper towels, toilet paper, dish soap, proper cooking utensils, and just things like that. I want them to be able to come here and have everything they need to enjoy their stay in Alaska. So we started getting some things, and Joe and I made a huge list of everything we're going to need to outfit this Airbnb, and we just did it one room at a time. So we have a whole list for kitchen, which is the biggest one, I might say. There's a lot of things needed for the kitchen space, and dining room, then the family room, all of the bedrooms, the bathroom, and then some little things that we want here on the outside of the property, like a really cute table and chairs and things so people can sit out there and enjoy their coffee and stuff. So let me show you. We're starting with the kitchen, and we're nowhere near close to being done with the list of kitchen things we need. Obviously, we need a kitchen table, but we got the basics. We did get some stuff from the Goodwill. I like to shop there first. You can find some really good things there, super inexpensive at some of the secondhand stores. One of the things that I did get was a Keurig K-cup holder. I actually got this from the Goodwill for $6.50. And I had shared with you guys on the Arizona vlog at that B&B, they only had a Keurig, and I don't drink Keurig coffee, but we plan to get a coffee maker that is a 2-in-1 combo. So you got your K-cup people, and then you got your drip coffee people. So we're gonna have a coffee maker that will accommodate both sides. So we got this cute little K-cup holder to go on the counter. I need to clean it, but yes, this was secondhand from the Goodwill. A couple other things that I've got from the Goodwill was some bakeware. This is Better Homes and Garden brand, just like some glass dishes, like if they want to cook casseroles or whatever. So I got that little rectangle one, and then I got this oval which is also glass, this oval one. And this was $8.50. And this one was $6. So we got some really cute cookware from the Goodwill, super cheap. And I would love it if there's anything you guys can think of that you have needed at an Airbnb and you didn't have it, or that you think would be nice to have. Please let me know in the comments, because that would be really helpful to Joe and I. So I got a strainer. We have a cheese grater. I actually got this for my house, but I think I'm gonna leave it here. It's just one of the little spoon things that you put on the counter, so when you're cooking you can set your spoon in it, and then this can be washed and your counter doesn't get all dirty. But isn't that cute? I love the Pioneer Woman brand. All her stuff is so cute, but I'm gonna go ahead and leave this here. And I know I have had people already say, like, don't go all out and don't buy expensive stuff because renters don't care. I'm not gonna think like that, because I'm not that kind of renter. When Joe and I stay at someone else's home, we treat it like it's our own and we leave it better than we found it. And so I'm going to, give people grace and assume that they're good, and, we'll deal with any issues that might come up, guys. That's part of being a landlord, whether it's a long-term rental or a short-term rental situation like an Airbnb. You're gonna have turds anywhere you go, right? You can't be afraid to take on new endeavors and new adventures because people can be turds. You just gotta live your life and deal with things when you cross that bridge. So I'm gonna let them have my little gravy spoon holder thingy because I think it's cute. Got some measuring cups, a wine opener, and a beer bottle opener, because when you're on vacation at Airbnb, some people like to have a little drink. Can opener, some measuring spoons, potato peeler, tater peeler, carrot peeler, apple peeler, all the things peeler. And then I also got this really cute dishware set. It's the Yellowstone brand. This is the type of dishes that we got. So it's this really pretty, rustic look that fades up into these beautiful little colors. I got 4 coffee mugs. Now I'm gonna tell you something. Y'all know me, okay? What is this? Okay, this is like 2 drinks of coffee for me. This thing is not nowhere big enough for me. So what I plan to do is have this super cute set that matches all the other dishes, the plates and bowls and things. But I am gonna get some locally made Alaskan coffee mugs that are bigger. I need 16 ounce or more. Don't judge me. So I am gonna get a little set, like 4 mugs, maybe 6 mugs, just something else to add to this, but these ones are here as well because they match the dishes that we got. So I'm just gonna hold this up. This is the dishware set that we got. Comes with plates, saucers, and bowls. And we got 2 of these boxes. It's a 12-piece set, 4 dinner plates, 4 saucers, and 4 bowls. And I'll tell you, that's one thing I noticed at the Arizona B&B. They didn't have enough dishes. We had to keep washing dishes just to eat something else. There wasn't enough silverware. There wasn't enough plates and bowls and things like that. So we got 2 of these boxes of dishes. So we have 8 plates, 8 saucers, and 8 bowls. The other thing I got was a rolling pin. Rolling pins are just cute, okay? And maybe she wants to bake some cookies when she's here, or make a pie or something. What if they're coming up for Christmas in the cabin or Thanksgiving at the B&B and they want to make pies for dinner? They'll have a rolling pin. Got some muffin pans and some cookie sheets. And then I got another cookie sheet, a really big one, because like I said, Christmas at the cabin, maybe they're doing Christmas cookies with their kids, The next thing I got was a really big, really nice Mac Daddy cutting board. The next thing we got is some cups, and I got a little matching set here. I did get glass, just some drinking glasses. And then we also got 8 of these little matching drinking glasses to go with it. So little cups for little kiddos. And we'll probably buy a set of plastic cups as well, because I know a lot of families with little ones, you don't want them to use glass. But we've got everything they need for cooking and to eat on. We also got A pan set. It is ceramic, non-toxic, PFA-free, nice set of pans, pots and pans. So that's what we got for the cabin. You can come in. At which time we'll come in and decorate and bring all the furnishings in and set everything up. And like, I want to bring you guys with us. I think that'd be really fun to show you the whole process. And I have some thoughts about photography, like decor in the house. I really want to have like Alaskan themed type photos and things like that on the wall. And you guys know I love taking pictures. Obviously I do videography and everything else. So I think I'm going to be taking some of the beautiful Alaskan photos that I personally have taken, and I'm going to get them printed out and I'm going to put those in frames and put them on the walls and stuff. All right, Joe asked me to take a break and walk down to the end of the driveway with him because he wants me to see and kind of help him decide where we're going to put the posts for the front gate. And some of you might remember when we moved into the castle cabin, it's kind of ironic because it was already an Airbnb. So it was already completely furnished and the sellers sold it to us completely furnished. And we were excited because they decorated it super cute. I'll pop in some footage here if you guys don't remember when we moved in. It was outfitted completely with all the things, and we decided to keep all that stuff. Like, we got rid of some of our furniture that we had and decided to keep the furniture that they gave us because it was super cute. So I am not putting that furniture back in here. I'm keeping that furniture because it's pretty. So we're gonna have to get some new stuff and try to do it on a budget. Joe's checking on the generators. He was starting them up and running them for a little bit. How's everything looking in here, Joe? Good?
I'm gonna start this one off.
Oh, it smells like the ship. Doesn't it though, Joe? Does it bring back memories of the Coast Guard?
A little bit.
A little bit? This is your engine room right here.
Mm-hmm.
I remember the engine room, Joe.
You don't remember nothing about an engine room full.
I'm gonna cut that out. That was kind of rude. Okay, what I meant to say is I remember the bridge. I used to come see you when you were on duty.
Yeah, you remember the bridge.
Look, what I remember about the engine room is you smelled like the engine room.
How do you know what an engine room smells like if you've never been in there?
Because the engine room has fuel and oil and stuff, Joe. And that's what you smell like. You don't wear cologne, you wear fuel and oil. That's what a real man smells like.
You've been in there, remember we did the tour? We went around the whole ship?
I don't know. I probably went in there, but I don't remember it. I was on small boats in the Coast Guard, like search and rescue boats. Joe worked on the ships. He was on a cutter in Alaska, the buoy tender, and he was a mechanic. So he worked on all the engines and stuff. So this kind of thing is right up Joe's alley. But the smell definitely reminds me of when I would come visit you with Lexi when you were on duty. All right, let's go see about this gate.
All right, let's try it and see.
Is it supposed to make that sound?
Might do a little dance real quick.
It's gonna do a little dance?
Yeah, but...
That's the dance! That's the dance! Boys, we got a new dance! It's called the generator. Ready? It's like this. No. That's the new dance. Remember we got the snow machine. Parker did the snow machine. Callan, what's up? Snow machine? Yeah. Riding that powder, baby. Ready for that bump? Ready? Woo-hoo! Okay. Now we're gonna do the generator. Ready? Ready? Set. Generator. Oh, you starting that generator. I like it. Oh, yeah. What kind of gun you got there, P?
Bolt action sniper rifle.
Sniper rifle. Ooh, and a bulletproof vest.
And
Nice.
a Glock.
And a Glock. Okay, you're packing. What you got, Kay? What you got?
M4.
M4. What you packing right here? What's that? Let me see. Let me see. Oh, show them that orange tip. That way the Karens don't think I'm letting you hold a real gun. There you go. It's fake. They're little boys. Leave them alone. Yeah, no, I remember. Yeah, okay. So you're just going to kind of go off the tree right here. Looks like Joe got the Starlink put up while we were at the hardware store. So that's all ready to go. Bradley, what are you doing? You're so handsome. Get up there. Come on, get up there. Oh, good boy, B. Are you posing? See, he's like, take a picture, Mom. You handsome baby. You handsome boy. Yes, you are. And just in case anybody's wondering, the renters for the Airbnb will not have to worry about power and generators and things like that. This is an automatic system that we have set up here. So if it's the winter time and there's not a lot of sunlight and the solar panels don't have a good enough charge to power the whole house, the generators automatically kick on by themselves. And there's 2 diesel generators in there, so when one is down for maintenance or something, there's always one that's up and running. So that's one thing that they won't have to worry about. It'll be like staying in any other house that has power.
Just a couple little ones.
What do you got, like 2 feet down? That looks deeper than 2 feet. What is it, Joe? 3 feet? Okay, these are 6 by 6, right, babe? Yeah. So we're doing the same kind of gate that we have at our main cabin that we shared with you guys, putting that up. Just one of the metal Tractor Supply gates. It's like 16 feet long, and we will be putting a lock on it. That code will be given to the renters when they get here, but any other time this will be locked shut so nobody can drive into the property. How much deeper do you need to go? All right, we got the poles in the ground and just need to let them sit here so that cement can set. So the next time we come out here, we'll bring the gate with us and we'll put that up and we should be good to go. But I think it looks great.
Made it here, but all I hear are all of the voices inside of my mind, bringing all the doubt and all my fears, all tangled up, caught in all of the lies. I'm searching for the missing piece, but looking for a song to sing to calm this heart inside of me. Oh, it's the love you are, so unconditional to me, deeper than